Very good evening to you. Thanks for clicking on to this evening's edition, Saturday the 20th of January, Vogan's Views on Europe. We have got snow in the forecast for parts of the UK over the next 24 hours, folks, as we've got an Atlantic frontal system trying to work its way in from the west, from the Atlantic, but it's having problems. It's coming up against resistance, high pressure over the continent, and of course what that's doing is it's stopping that front from sliding in. We've got stagnant air that's now sitting over the UK, and what that's doing is it's going to cause problems tomorrow as that front does slowly work its way into the western fringes of the UK, as the front and the moisture associated with that front tries to push in, bumps up against the cold air. It might initially fall as rainfall, but as the air starts to grow colder, when that rain starts to fall, and I'm expecting it across parts of Wales and the southwest of England, as that moisture hits against the cold air, and of course the air itself starts to cool down with the rain, then we can expect some snowfall, even down the low levels, like I say, across parts of Wales and the southwest. As for the rest of the UK, folks, I really don't think that front is going to get managed to push across the country because the heights are too strong, and it's going to basically stall that frontal boundary out. But of course, we're looking at the cold air continuing across Europe. Very, very cold temperatures across, even down into the southeast of Europe. We've seen temperatures down towards, I believe there was a -20 in Croatia this morning. I've got a Facebook friend that I believe he was writing in Croatian, so I couldn't understand it, but I did notice a -20 within his text. But certainly over the course of the next few weeks, we have got plenty of cold. This is the GFS interpretation forecast for high temperatures over the course of the next several days. I'm going to skip through and show you what this model is interpreting. 24 hours from now, you can see, of course, plenty of blue, plenty of cold air, slightly milder conditions, of course, across the western part of Europe. No surprise there, but certainly it isn't exactly warm, that's for sure. But let's skip through the 48 hours, and you notice the blues not only start to creep further west, but they are actually starting to grow deeper over Scandinavia, particularly into Russia. My concern is that parts of Moscow could be seeing daytime highs midweek -20, lows -30. Now, the last time Moscow hit -30 was back in January. I believe it was January of 2006. So we could be talking temperatures coldest since then. Very, very impressive indeed for and a lot of people as well start to get misled into believing that winter is starting to end because we're approaching the end of January. Folks, the coldest temperatures in many parts of the world, or the northern hemisphere, can occur during the latter part of January. So, let's keep it in perspective here. But let's skip right through here. You continue to see, look at how the colours, the blues, starting to deepen. Also notice the colours and the blues starting to show up across the UK. Yes, Ireland remains in the green, but I believe as I skip through the sequence, we'll start to see blues showing up here. France, Paris, mid to late next week, highs will be struggling to hit freezing point. But notice here, folks, across central parts of Europe, Germany, through Poland, we'll be looking at temperatures into the -teens in Poland, Warsaw, and of course, further east through the Ukraine, we're looking at some of the most extreme temperatures that I have seen in many, many years across these parts of Europe. But certainly very, very impressive indeed. You can see here, even in Central Europe, those colours are starting to darken in the blues. It really is quite exciting indeed. But you continue to skip through the sequence, folks, and it really is an impressive map. There, like I said to you, the blues are starting to show up in Ireland and Northern Ireland as well. So, do not listen. It sounds arrogant, folks, but do not listen to some of these outlets here who are very, very conservative. They don't look at the long range. They're very reluctant in terms of committing themselves. I'm providing a forecast here that is starting to prove itself since way back on Christmas Day. So I'm seeing the pattern evolve. It is taking place. So please trust me in this one. I do believe the UK, Ireland, and we are going to be freezing cold by the end of this week. Let's have a quick look off the ECMWF upper level pattern for the rest of the week ahead. You notice here the blues starting to show up, the expanse of the cold air, yet the retreat somewhat of the cold across the British Isles. I'm a little sceptical as to whether we see much in the way of milder weather during the mid part of the week. But let's skip to Friday here. Notice here, folks, some key adjustments here. Milder conditions across the east and southeast. Whether that will be the case or not, I'm not sure. But do you notice here, the core of the coldest air starts to transfer more towards Germany, into Denmark, and of course we are looking at France, the Low Countries, and into the UK as well by Friday. Very, very cool looking pattern indeed. Like I've said to you, in terms of the snowfall, I have not a clue at the moment as to who and where is going to get snow. Notice here, by Sunday, so this is a week tomorrow, we still have that core of cold over the western part of Europe. Where, like I said to you, we're looking for persistency in the models. We're looking for those models instead of each individual run. And of course, during the daytime, early morning time, we're looking, the ECMWF tends to have a warmer bias, and then of course a colder bias in the later run. And I'm really buying into this idea that we are going to be seeing the transfer of the core cold from the east over to the west as we progress through next week. Very, very interesting pattern indeed. Notice here as well a chunk of very, very cold air that's coming out of Asia. Will that progress on the backside of this here cold? We'll wait and see what happens. But certainly, folks, I'll continue to keep you posted. Tomorrow, like I said to you, if you're in Wales, if you're in the southwest, Devon, Cornwall, especially up over Dartmoor, Exmoor, you're going to be looking at some heavy snow tomorrow. Over the mainland part of the UK, I really am not buying into much more than cloud cover and temperatures struggling like today. 3 or 4 degrees at the most. So continue to keep checking back the first-hand weather. I'll continue to keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.